Today on the movies you must not miss, we are looking at the top 5 most recent movies to watch now. Please do subscribe to our channel to be catching up with the most recent and the making of the movies. Number 1 in our list is Jungle Cruise. Jungle Cruise is a 2021 American fantasy adventure film directed by Jaume Collet-Serra, from a screenplay written by Glenn Ficarra, John Requa, and Michael Green. It is based on Walt Disney's eponymous theme park attraction. Produced by Walt Disney Pictures, the film stars Dwayne Johnson, Emily Blunt, Edgar Ramirez, Jack Whitehall, Jesse Plemons, and Paul Giamatti, and follows the captain of a small riverboat who takes a scientist and her brother through a jungle in search of the Tree of Life. Plans for a feature film based on the Jungle Cruise ride began in 2004, the project lay dormant until 2011, then that version fell through and Johnson joined in 2015. Blunt and the rest of the cast joined in 2018 in a revamped version, with filming taking place in Hawaii and Atlanta, Georgia, from May through September that year. One of the most expensive films ever made, the film had a budget of $200 million. Following a year of post-production and further a year delay due to the COVID-19 pandemic, Jungle Cruise was released in the United States on July 30, 2021. The film has grossed over $209 million worldwide, making it the 10th highest grossing film of 2021. Number 2 in our list is A Quiet Place Part 2. A Quiet Place Part 2 is a 2021 American horror film and the sequel to 2018's A Quiet Place, following the family from the first film as they continue to navigate and survive in a post-apocalyptic world inhabited by blind aliens with an acute sense of hearing. The film was written, produced, and directed by John Krasinski for Paramount Pictures. Emily Blunt, Millicent Simmons, and Noah Jupe reprise their roles from the first film, while Cillian Murphy and Jimin Hoon-soo join the cast. Krasinski returns from the first film in a new flashback sequence. Paramount Pictures began development of a sequel in April 2018, following the box office and critical success of the first film. Production took place in Western New York from June to September 2019. Krasinski was credited with writing the sequel, based on characters created by Brian Woods and Scott Beck. The sequel was produced on a budget of $55 to $61 million, over 3 times the original $17 million. The film had its world premiere in New York City on March 8, 2020, and after over a year of postponements due to the COVID-19 pandemic, it was theatrically released in the United States on May 28, 2021. It became available to stream on Paramount Plus 45 days after its theatrical debut. The film set several box office records, including the biggest opening weekend of the COVID-19 pandemic, and grossed $296 million worldwide, making it the 8th highest grossing film of 2021. Number 3 in our list is Don't Breathe 2. Don't Breathe 2 is a 2021 American horror thriller film directed by Rodo Sayaguz in his directorial debut, from a screenplay he co-wrote with Fede Alvarez, the director of the first film, 2016's Don't Breathe. The sequel is produced by Alvarez, Sam Raimi, and Robert Tappert, and stars Stephen Lang, reprising his role as Norman Nordstrom / the Blind Man, with Brendan Sexton III and Madeline Grace in supporting roles. After the critical and commercial success of the first film, talks for a sequel began in November 2016, with Alvarez then set to return as the film's director. In January 2020, the project was greenlit by the studio, with Sayaguz replacing Alvarez as director and Lang reprising his role. Principal photography began on August 7, 2020, in Belgrade, Serbia, and wrapped on October 8, 2020. Don't Breathe 2 was theatrically released in the United States on August 13, 2021, by Sony Pictures Releasing. The film has grossed $46 million worldwide and received mixed reviews from critics. Number 4 in our list is Malignant. Malignant is a 2021 American horror film directed by James Wan from a screenplay by Akela Cooper, based on an original story by Wan, Ingrid Baisug, and Cooper. The film stars Annabelle Wallis as a woman who begins to have visions of people being murdered, only to realize the events are happening in real life. Maddie Hassan, George Young, Nicole Brianna White, and Jacqueline McKenzie also star. Malignant was theatrically released in North America on September 10, 2021, by Warner Bros. Pictures under the New Line Cinema banner. Number 5 in our list is Free Guy. Free Guy is a 2021 American science fiction action comedy film directed by Sean Levy from a screenplay by Matt Lieberman and Zach Penn, and a story by Lieberman. The film stars Ryan Reynolds as a bank teller who discovers that he is actually a non-player character in an open-world video game and becomes the hero of the story, trying to save his friends from deletion by the game's creator. Jodie Comer, Joe Keery, Lil Rel Howery, Utkarsh Ambedkar, and Taika Waititi also star in the film. The film premiered at the Piazza Grande section of the 74th Locarno Film Festival in Switzerland on August 10, 2021. Following a year-long delay because of the COVID-19 pandemic, Free Guy was released theatrically in the United States on August 13, 2021, in RealD 3D, IMAX, and Dolby Cinema formats by 20th Century Studios. The film has grossed $317 million worldwide, making it the 7th highest grossing film of 2021 and received generally positive reviews from critics, who praised the clever concept and compared it favorably to a combination of action video games and science fiction films such as Ready Player One, Cyberpunk 2077, The Matrix, Grand Theft Auto, and Fortnite. Thank you for watching. Join us on our next video and please subscribe to our channel to be catching up with the most recent and the making of the movies now.